Hi, it is Awaken with Joy Lynn, and today I am on my way back from Alpena from visiting a friend up there. We went to some live heavy metal music. I watched them be weird. I'm weird enough. I'm good. I don't need any spirits to get weirder. Um, so anyway, I just thought I would come back. I went through a town called Austinique, and that's where I stayed with another friend there. And she's so sweet. And then I decided to come down the lakeshore because I've really never been on this side of the state. I've always been over in Ludington and that side. So I'm like, this is a really different terrain over here. And it's not as it's a lot more rocky. But I got some strawberries from some Amish ladies. I found an Amish bakery and they're selling strawberries. So maybe I'll make some jam later. But anyway, this town is so cute. This is a little marina. And it's Harrisville, I think. Oh, I tried to go to their state park, but they wouldn't let me in to go and just drive through. They wanted me to charge me $15 to do a drive-by. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. And I don't have my plate yet. So... And then she was all wanting strawberries and stuff. And I said, well, here, just take some strawberries. Like, I have 6 here. I don't need that many. You can have one. Nope. We cannot take anything that's against the rules. And I'm thinking, I had to deal with this all the time in nursing where people want to give me things. And I get the money. You can't take money from them. But, you get to be friends with these people. And they want to, like, give you a gift or, something. And... I just took it. I got to a point where screw your rules. I'm just going to take it and just not tell you that I did. So that's what I did as a nurse. I broke the rules. And, but she would not take a quart of strawberries from me because she didn't want to break the rules of her job. And I'm thinking, this is so stupid. This is so stupid how they get us to like actually be rude to each other and mean and just be like, no, we can't. And I mean, you think, well, some people think, well, that's, the rules of the job. No, it's just stupid. It's just stupid that they can take a quart of strawberries from another human being. It's stupidity, and we follow all these dumb rules. And that's why I get so mad because I can see the grid so... Oh, I can see it so well now. And it's like, I cannot believe that we follow this stupid shit, and it just makes me mad. And then I see, how religion has trapped everyone under this control grid, and everything comes back to religion because everything is about God and Jesus, because everything in this reality is to try to separate you from God and Jesus, and religion is the number one thing that is the number one thing preventing people from reaching their God, the true God within them and their true potential, because they keep seeking God outside. And I had a friend, she's like, well, I thought you were super religious. And I'm like, no, I hate religion. She's trying to say, oh, religion's not that bad. And I'm like, no, it is bad. They kept Jesus's name alive through religion. But other than that, it is a control system preventing you from reaching your higher self, God. They keep you under a false G, obedient to a trapped lower G God, like the Satan of this world, not the actual true God. Because when you really get the true God within you, the Jesus, when you fire up your Jesus within, you won't tolerate this shit anymore. You will see through all of the fear tactics, all of the control mechanisms they use, and you'll say no, or you at least speak out on it. You'll at least try to speak out. Like, you're going to get that fire in you to be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not participating in any of those control groups anymore. And, that's why I'm like, sure, a lot of them become homeless because we're still living in this satanic matrix shit. But now this control grid is coming down. More people, because this is a great awakening, more people are becoming aware of what the system that we've been under this whole time. So it is going to fall. And, but it's just a process of getting people to believe that we can live a different way, and you try to talk to people and they're like, oh no, I have to pay my taxes. I have to, I have to do this. I have to, pay my mortgage, and I have to work 5 jobs, and I have to. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have to. We don't have to follow all these stupid rules. And when you get God inside you, you will know that and you will speak out against it. That's why you see so many of us on here being like, no, let's not do this anymore. Let's be nice to each other. Let's get to the point where we can give a freaking quart of strawberries to somebody without them thinking they're going to lose their fucking job over a quart of strawberries. Like, how stupid is that? So this is why so many of us are just screaming, hey, we don't have to live like this. Wake up, let's do something better, because how collective manifestation works, if everybody thought that we don't have to pay taxes, guess what? We're going to figure out a way to not pay taxes. That's how easy it is. But we don't see it that way because we've been under control system this whole time. And religion is the number one cause of this, because everything in this reality is to keep us from God. Because if we do walk into our full sovereign self and know God and have Jesus within, that activates, and you don't no longer put up with any of this shit. You are confident, you're strong, and you have balanced your female and masculine energies, and you become your own protector and nurturer, and you don't put up with any of this shit anymore, and you're not afraid to speak out against it. So if you're still sitting in church fearful of this, fearful of that, lack of money, if you're fearful of, what your pastor is going to say, you're still under a control system of religion, and you're not being able to step into your full power of Jesus within. Because if you were, you would realize what the frickin' religion was in the first place. And what Jesus came back to do is to say, hey, let my people go, get out of this freaking religious system and step into your true power, because you can do all this shit, but because religion has trapped you under a box and limited God, they limit God, because, when you realize what you're able to do, and then you tell a Christian, hey, we're able to do all these miracles and stuff, and then they look at you like you're crazy, but they say it, but then they look at you like, no, that couldn't happen. But it can happen. And, so it's really weird, but that's the control system, because they cap God, they limit God, even though they preach they don't. They do. And they kept everyone in fear and lack. And so the control mechanism of religion has just put a cap on everything that God can do. And when you really get him fully in you, you see that there is nothing that he can't do, and nothing that you can't do, because we are a part of God. We have God in us. So that means that we can freaking do anything, and we can stand up against the systems. We can bring this freaking, and a lot of us are bringing this down. And, I woke up in 2020 and I answer the call, damn it. And I can't hang that damn phone up anymore. Like, I try, after through this process, you're like, hang up. I'm trying to hang it up. I want to do this anymore. I'm trying to hang up here. And you can't. Once you wake up, you can't. You have to keep going, because your soul knows, you as a soul, because you're a soul, you don't have a soul. You know that this is what you're here to do. And no matter how many people tell you look crazy, how many people, mock you, how many people think you're a bitch, no matter how many people you lose through this process, you know what you're here to do, and you can't hang up that freaking receiver anymore. So you answer the call, and God's got you now. So you can't get out of this. So you have to keep moving forward and figure it out, right? So that's what we're doing. But I just want to get on here and say that, God, the religion has limited God, put a cap on how high we can go within their religious system, because they want us to stay trapped in feeding their system, not God. Because if you're feeding God, you would break that system down in a heartbeat. You would see through it. You would see through the shit of religion and go right straight to God. You wouldn't be stuck in a building with a phallus worshiping penis staff on it, So anyway, I just wanted to get on here and say that do not limit God and do not limit yourself, because you are really powerful, and step into that. When you know God, you're going to step into that, and amazing things are going to happen.